Josh here from DIYmusicmovement.com. Welcome to the 15-minute band builder module 9.1.3, a continuation of our social and new media module. We'll jump straight in because we've got a fair bit to cover here. If you haven't taken a look through the previous modules in module 9, there's 9.1, 9.12, and then there was also, we began with module 9. So that covers basics of social media, YouTube, and in the previous module, Twitter. So we'll move on. The social web must have apps. So these are the apps that I think that everyone could benefit from who is in a band or a musician, creative person in general. I won't go into too much detail about what they are. I've just been through hundreds of iPhone apps and checked out other people's Android apps in the past, and these are definitely the ones I can see as being the most beneficial day to day. So the main one, which is why it's in green, is Evernote. Probably the best app ever I've ever come across for anything. Anything from organization to keeping notes, creative pieces. You can tag things in Evernote so you can easily find them. If you have a new song idea, you can take photos, pictures of art, audios, make documents, take notes, store them all within the same app with the same tag, and you've got a one-stop shop for your creative ideas on the go. So you can snap photos from within the app, record audio, all those kinds of things. It's pretty awesome. The next is FB Pages, so Facebook Pages. Essentially, this is an extension of the normal Facebook app. They're actually connected now, so whenever you try to post something from within one of your pages within the normal Facebook app now, particularly on iOS, it will actually redirect you to the Facebook Pages app anyway. It's just a quicker way and a slightly more stripped down version of the app that doesn't have all of the personal elements of the normal Facebook app clogging up the pages functions. So that's a really good one. I'd get that if you are on Facebook, which you really should be these days. So that's kind of a no-brainer. Instagram. We all by now probably know what Instagram is in the English-speaking world. It's a photo sharing and filtering app that is now owned by Facebook and integrates perfectly with that platform. So you really need to be using that to get some nice love from Facebook too when you post photos. Just use Instagram, and also the filters on there are pretty amazing as long as you get a decent photo to start with, so get on that. Tumblr. Tumblr is a free blogging platform, so if you haven't quite got to the point where you want to go out and get a WordPress blog to start blogging for your band, which we will talk about, Tumblr is a nice bridging between a microblogging platform like Twitter, where you only have 140 characters, and a full-blown blogging platform like WordPress. Tumblr has a great app too, so that's why it's on the list. You can do everything from within the app. You very rarely actually have to use the dashboard on the PC at all with Tumblr to make some really good content and share good stuff. And there's also the reblog function, which is a really nice add-on to Tumblr. It's probably the most powerful feature on Tumblr, that people can just keep reblogging and retumbling all of your stuff if it's good, and it reaches more and more people organically that way. That's something that WordPress doesn't actually come with, or any other blogging platform that I can think of off the top of my head. It's maybe more like a stumble upon or a retweet type deal with Tumblr with the reblog. Buffer app. I actually use Buffer app in one of my other businesses. It's a small business consulting business. That's basically what I do 9 to 5. I post everything from quotes to links to useful resources all from within Buffer, and it goes out at times which Buffer actually calculates as being my highest engagement times over the day. It's a good way just to keep your Twitter feed populated with useful stuff. Just make sure you're not filling it up with rubbish. But if you know that you need to go away for a day, you might not be able to tweet very much, Buffer is a good way to stay on top of that kind of thing for still keeping your audience engaged. LinkedIn. This is a not so much talked about network. This was maybe more for the people out there that are professionals in the industry that just want to keep up with each other, see where other people in the industry are moving to. And also as a band, it's a good networking platform if you do want to meet everyone from community radio supervisors to people that work at labels and agencies and booking agencies and festivals. They're all on LinkedIn because it is a professional network. So yeah, I would implore you not to completely write off LinkedIn as being a business-only platform. There's lots of groups on there. I'm actually part of a few guitar lovers groups for Taylor Guitars, which is the acoustic that I own, and some music industry groups that I actually get a lot out of. So definitely make sure you at least have the app for LinkedIn and you trawl around on there a little bit every once in a while to see what's up with the industry itself. There's a Griffin iTalk recorder. That's a simple recording app that records at the highest possible fidelity, I know on the iPhone at least, that the phone is capable of. It stores the files. They're quite big. It costs $1.99, but it's definitely the best audio app I've found for the iPhone particularly. So if you do have an iPhone out there, which I'm sure a lot of people do, get the iTalk Recorder app. There is a free version. It's just not quite as nice as the $1.99 version. And when you export the files, you'll definitely notice a difference. Foursquare. This is a check-in app. Maybe not so popular in Australia, but for my overseas guests, they know the power of Foursquare, so I won't go into too much detail. But if you're not big into going crazy on your Facebook feed saying where you're checking in and where you are, it might be easier to do that on Foursquare, which is a good way to take part in comps too for our different restaurants and survey chains and different businesses as you're touring to try and win some stuff. If for no other reason but to try and win some free stuff, you should be on there while you're out playing shows. TweetDeck. This is another Twitter tool. It's an awesome Twitter tool. It's actually probably more like your normal Twitter feed, but you can actually break up your Twitter feed into different groups of interests or different lists so you can see different amounts of information. If you are a growing band in popularity and you have 20, 30,000 Twitter followers, after a couple of years, you don't really want to be seeing every single person's tweet all the time when maybe there's a core group of fans or people that work directly with you that you want to keep up with. You can break them up into lists on TweetDeck. There is an app that goes with that and it's free. TweetDeck, is now owned by Twitter, so they're highly integrated. And the last one is the best camera app that I've so far found for the iPhone, and I'm sure that there's a Android version out there. It's called Camera Plus. It's like Instagram on steroids. There's no cropping issues, so you can use any size photo and make it work. And they look really, really nice when you save them to your phones. And that's all for the must-have apps. So we'll keep these episodes short, and I'll see you in the next episode, 9.1.4, which will be blogging and other social media platforms.